Florida drivers, you've probably heard of uninsured motorist coverage, or UM, on your auto policy. But most people don't really understand what it does and why it may be the most important coverage you carry. Today I'll explain what UM is, how it protects you, and why waiving it can be the most expensive mistake you ever make. Here's the truth about Florida. Almost 1 in 5 drivers has no insurance, and many others carry only the bare minimum, which doesn't even include bodily injury coverage. That means if one of those drivers causes a crash and injures you, there may be no insurance money at all to cover your medical bills, lost wages, or pain and suffering. Well, that's where uninsured motorist coverage comes in. UM steps into the shoes of the at-fault driver and pays for your damages when they can't or won't. Think of UM coverage as your backup plan. If the other driver has no insurance or not enough, or they take off, your UM policy kicks in. It can cover medical bills, future treatment, lost wages, and non-economic damages, human damages like pain and suffering. Basically, all the things the at-fault driver should have paid but didn't. And here's a key point. UM coverage follows you as the person, not just your car. So if you're hit while walking, riding your bike, or even as a passenger in someone else's vehicle, your UM coverage can still protect you. Now, there are 2 types of UM coverage in Florida: stacked and non-stacked. Stacked UM lets you multiply your coverage by the number of vehicles you insure. So if you have 2 cars, each with $100,000 in UM, stacked coverage gives you $200,000 in protection. Non-stacked UM doesn't multiply. It limits you to the single policy limit. Stacked costs a little bit more, but it's one of the best values in auto insurance. Because when you need UM, you usually need every dollar you can get. Now, here are the mistakes I see all the time as a personal injury attorney. First, drivers waive UM to save a few bucks. Their insurance agent may say, you don't really need it. But when a crash happens, that decision can leave you unprotected. Second, people choose very low UM limits, like $10,000 or $25,000. One trip to the hospital can burn through that in a matter of hours. Third, drivers don't realize that UM only applies if they actually bought it. While insurance companies have to provide it, they also directly ask you if you want to reject it. You have to say yes to it when you buy your policy, and be sure you aren't rejecting the coverage when confronted with that question. My advice is simple. Check your auto policy today. Make sure you have UM. And make sure your limits are high enough to cover a serious crash. It's one of the smartest investments you can make as a Florida driver. Now, I'm George Palaidis, a personal injury attorney here in Florida. If you've got any questions, feel free, give me a call. Let's talk. Drive safe, know your coverages, and protect yourself before you need it.